right, so here we have an article from CNBC, and I wanted to read it, or at least part of it, because it's wild. And if you've been following the gold and silver markets, you'll know silver is at an all-time high. I just posted a video about this yesterday, but here's the headline. Silver hit record highs in 2025. Here's why the devil's metal has further to run. Now, I looked at this and I initially saw it on Twitter, and not a single person and nothing I could find had records of people calling silver this wild nickname, the devil's metal. Why do they call it that? I have a few ideas why this is obviously kind of a negative leaning headline, and they don't even want to say silver broke out to fresh record highs yesterday as of the recording of this video, which is interesting. So let's read a little bit of it. So the three key points they have here is silver outpaced gold in 2025 with a growth of about 71% compared to gold's 54%. So right off the bat, this headline here is actually wrong. It looks like they're taking data from October. And if we look at year-to-date silver, they're saying 71%. If we look at futures year-to-date for silver, it's up over 90%. And this is the future price. The spot price is up over 95%. So it looks like if we look back in October, yeah, sure, towards the beginning of October, maybe. But I don't know why they would put... This is not an old article, by the way. This was posted 12 hours ago. So they're taking old data so it doesn't look as astronomical. And then they say compared to gold's 54% run. So if we look at gold futures, it's up actually 60%, almost 60%. And I believe the spot price is too. So they're manipulating these numbers. They are giving silver a interesting nickname, the folks at CNBC. So that's interesting to see. And then a couple other key points is something about silver mine production. So silver mine production has been decreasing for the past 10 years, especially in Central and South America due to mine closures, resource depletion, and infrastructure challenges. So again, a bit of a negative tilting statement, although you could argue, hey, if there's less silver, then, it's more of a scarce commodity and prices would go up. But I looked into this a bit, and it doesn't actually... It seems that silver production is actually more flat with some bumps up and down. And actually, Mexico is the largest producer of silver. Okay, so it goes Mexico, then China, then Peru, I believe. But Mexico produces twice as much as the next two. So in some places, this is going up, increasing production. But they're saying it has been decreasing for the past 10 years. Again, a bit of a manipulated statement. And the final key point here is, while industrial demand for silver is expected to decline in 2025, the metal is increasingly used in electric vehicles, for AI components, and in photovoltaics. And so, again, this doesn't actually seem to be correct. There's been a lot of talk about how silver is used in circuitry and chips, and obviously AI and data centers are stretching demand for this. So they're saying it's expected to decline essentially in demand. So yeah, everything that is being said in this article, from the headline to the data and to even these two statements down here, seem to be negative leaning and not really actually true. So they say silver, often nicknamed the devil's metal because of its volatility, have reached record highs this year and still has further to run. Okay, so again, no one has heard of this statement, and we'll look at a Twitter post, their Twitter post actually, and read the comments. But I've never heard of this, and it's very interesting to see. And so, talk about the price of gold and surging prices. They do not say it broke out to an all-time fresh high. They just show the chart, and it goes on talk about silver is only a tenth of the size of the gold market, and they talk about this is a short squeeze and a few other things. So we look on Twitter, and it's the same article by CNBC, same headline, and everyone is asking where this came from, where someone been in 30 years and they've never heard of this term. Very interesting to see. We got some expletives from this gentleman here, and so everyone is questioning where this comes from, the motive, and why this is. So obviously, in a headline like this and with data like this, they're not happy about prices going up, either because they don't want the public to know, so they don't buy, so they can buy up everything and get in before the actual full run, or people are shorting silver and they're manipulating this market, which is widely discussed, especially for silver futures, paper trading, not actual anything, not actually exchanging the metal itself physically. And so, those are a couple of reasons why this they might be doing this. And of course, there might be the bankers side of things, who we know central banks have been buying up silver and gold for the last few years at record rates, because they think something is coming. Hope this video helped. Click the video appearing on your screen, and I'll see you next time.